Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. Yes, it's me, William Caulfield, the travelling comic, so called because I travel the world, jumping onto various cruise ships all over the place and performing as a guest entertainer, a comedian. Of course, I bring you with me. And if you want to see what I get up to on this ship that you've never been on before with me, P&O's Aurora, as we sail from Lima, now I'm already doing that, to Panama City, through the Panama Canal and to Aruba, well then you know what to do. Keep watching. Subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up. I'll really appreciate it. Well, you're still watching, and that's a good thing. The clip that you've just seen is us arriving at the ship. And when I say us, I mean myself, Danny and Jonathan. Danny and Jonathan are brother and sister. Danny does the Dolly Parton tribute. You know Danny. And then together they perform as the Grahams. I joined them in Madrid, and then I flew across a long overnight flight, 12 hours from Madrid to Lima. And then, well, we arrived at the ship. Yesterday was all about one thing, and that was the fact that Danny and I had shows to do. So we travelled all night, flown all night, got very little sleep, arrived at the ship, and we knew that we were on. So really what we wanted to do was prepare ourselves to do the shows. We hadn't chance to go into Lima itself, so, well, we got off the ship, and the next clips you'll see is us getting off the ship and just going to the stalls that were on the quayside. Then I bumped into some of the guests, and I also chatted to one of the other guest entertainers that joined, who I'd never met before from America, a guy called Lucas Simpson, and you'll see that little chat as well. Then it was a matter of trying to get some rest. I was suffering a little bit from jet lag, and I thought, well, I'll try and get a little bit of sleep. I slept for, I think, a couple of hours. Then I decided, it was decided for me that I needed to go and do the sound check. And I'll show you a clip after this of me doing the sound check, because you have never ever been with me on the videos in the Curzon Theatre here on Aurora. You've never been on Aurora with me. It's actually 2 years from I was last here. So I did the sound check, and then I thought a little bite to eat, and I knew there was a Caribbean barbecue taking place up at the Lido, up at the pool, and I went up there and I had a nice burger, some Caribbean jerk chicken, and some type of salmon that was cooked in a Caribbean style. It was all very nice. And then, of course, well, it was time to do the shows. And I took you backstage because, again, you've never been backstage on this particular ship. I happened to mention, and you'll see it on the clip, that my hair was badly wrecked because I had to go outside to get backstage. And then when I was going back to do the second show, well, I put up my voyage, my journey from my cabin to the backstage area. The shows went really, really well. 2 great audiences. I got a chance then to run down and catch Danny's second show between my 2 shows down in the show lounge, Carmen's show lounge at the back of the ship. And I'll put up a little clip of Danny as Dolly Parton. And the thing about her is she not only sings like her, but she talks like her as well. And a little clip of her talking as well. Tonight's show, we're at sea now for 4 days until we reach, where? Panama City. And so I want you to stay with me on the video as we do Panama City and through the Panama Canal the next day, and then out to Aruba, where we all leave. One of the other guest entertainers that joined was Tony Warren. I haven't had her on camera yet. I just saw her very, very briefly. I haven't worked with Tony since before COVID. Some of you may know the name. You'll certainly recognize her. She was a contestant on The Voice, and she is a fabulous, fabulous act. Lucas, who I've just mentioned, his show is tonight. But anyway, now it's time for me to go and get a little bit of breakfast. I've woken up much earlier than normal. I think a little bit of jet lag. And of course, yes, I have a motorbike magazine. I'm looking there because that's where it is. And I'll probably get my little can of Red Bull as well. Don't tell anybody. But anyway, keep watching the videos and I'll keep showing you what I get up to on Aurora. Now this is 3 of my other fellow guest entertainers. Danny, her brother Jonathan, and Lucas from America. And like myself, we all flew through the night, arrived at the ship here, and Danny and I have shows to do tonight. It's a 45-minute shuttle bus into the centre of Lima. We've decided this is as far as we're going because we've got to catch some sleep and then do our rehearsals at 4:30. And I love all the market traders coming to the port and setting up their stalls right at the side of the ship, displaying their wares. So literally 5 seconds after I said they're looking at the stalls, Danny and Jonathan have stuff bought. What did you buy?
I bought 2 throws.
This weather you would
made
need it.
from alpacas.
Now, a lot of you will recognise Danny. We spent a week on Arcadia. It was called the Coffee and Cake Tour.
Yes.
And you also remember Danny met me in Liverpool.
Yes.
And we had lunch in Liverpool. And so I'm really looking forward to Danny's shows. As you know, she does the Dolly Parton tribute. But with her and Jonathan, her brother, they perform as the Grahams.
Yes.
And I've never seen that, so I'm really looking forward to that as well. And I know I have permission to film 5-10 seconds of that. I'm telling her I have permission.
I never give it his toe.
I've just told her. And Lucas, who is new to us all,
He's here.
Lucas is
Lucas.
Lucas is, well, you would know.
Hello.
You would know he's American.
I am indeed. How could you tell?
Lucas, what do you do? Now, I know what you do, but tell the...
So I'm a singer and multi-instrumentalist. My first show is mostly Billy Joel with some Elton John.
Oh,
and
fabulous.
then my second show is kind of a 70s singer-songwriter, lots of James Taylor, Paul Simon, stuff like that.
And how many instruments have you with you? I really hear this. I travel, just bring my voice.
I don't bring the piano, thankfully. I have 4 instruments with me.
What are they?
Saxophone, guitar, harmonica, and flute. Yeah.
I love being surrounded by talent. And you'll see a little bit of Lucas's show as well. This is Jonathan now. Introduce you properly. He's Danny's brother, part of the Grahams. I'm saying I've never seen your show. I'm looking forward to that as well. Right. Of course I will. Now, I'm outside the ship, as you know, in these little stalls. And I'm walking along, and this gentleman just says to me, "Hiya, William." And I said, I hate it when people know me and I don't know them. But we've worked it out. It was probably Arcadia. If not this ship, it was Arcadia that they've seen me on before. So I can't believe it. But
Might have been both.
I can't believe they're actually going to come to the show tonight and listen to me again. But this man's new. And here's a. Are you with him?
Yes.
Are you with him?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say I'm sorry for your trouble. You're now on YouTube, so say hello. Tell me, and this is the bit I am interested in. How's the voyage going for you?
What's it all?
How many nights are you on for?
75.
I'm standing with people that have far too much money. That's what it is. 75 nights. Yeah. But the ports have been fabulous.
Absolutely.
You know, now the only port I'll get to see because of the itinerary I'm on is Panama City, and I'm really looking forward to that because I searched the world for a Panama hat, and I'm told now they're not made in Panama. And I'm delighted. My viewers will know I do have one now. But I'm delighted that I have one because I would have been devastated going ashore. Oh, Panama City, I get a Panama hat. No, sorry, sir, they're not made. They're actually made in Ecuador. That's where they're made. What the frig? Why are they not called Ecuadors then? But anyway, these people know I've flown through the night. I'm now departing to go to bed, to get a bit of rest, and then get up and entertain you later tonight. Catch you later.
Thank you. Nice to see you, Bill.
You too.
Yeah,
see you later. Don't you love it? Stage is being set by these 2 technicians here. Lights, sound. Two lovely guys who looked as if they didn't want to be on, but they were quite happy. Now, down to do the sound check and then do the show. Took a little longer in the setup because I haven't been here for 2 years, so they didn't have my stuff, but they have it now.
Boom. Bye.
This is the, well, I'm talking now, this is my backstage manager. What is your official title? Stage manager, yeah. Where are you from?
I'm from India.
Whereabouts in India?
India is a beautiful country. I'm from
I know,
India.
I've only been to Sri Lanka.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
from South India,
I
Kerala.
guarantee you ride a Royal Enfield motorbike.
Yeah.
See, not only do we have backstage in common, we ride motorbikes. I have the BMW GS.
BMW?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. But anyway, this is the backstage dressing room. I'm just showing the YouTube people. So this is it. My hair, because of the way to get in here, which I'll show you later, I need to comb my hair again. So there you go. Audience is out there. Theatre's out there.
Now, folks, this next song, when I first started out, they said to me, Donnie, don't do it. If you do this song, it will end your career. And all you gotta do is smile and smile.
And the most enjoyable sea day was had by all. At lunchtime, I met up with Danny and Jonathan and Lucas, and we had a light lunch. I had some fruit, and then tonight Lucas's show is on in the theatre, so Danny, myself and Jonathan are going for dinner in the restaurant. It's Jonathan's birthday today, so I can't expect him to go to the buffet. We're going to the restaurant with him. I did bump into Tony today, only for about 2 or 3 minutes, and I have said to her, and she has said to me, look, we must get together, we must catch up, and so when I do that, I'll bring her on camera. I have sent her a message to see what she's doing for dinner tonight. I haven't heard anything. If she turns up there, well, you'll see her there as well. So we're heading off now to the restaurant. We're going to have dinner, and then we'll catch Lucas's late show, the 10:15 show. And again, I'll film just a little clip, a little snippet to let you see what it's all about. I'll read out the blurb. Okay, vocalist and multi-instrumentalist Lucas Simpson. Come and celebrate an unforgettable evening honouring pop legend Billy Joel, brought to life by multi-talented vocalist and instrumentalist Lucas Simpson. With flawless piano performances, powerful vocals and stunning renditions on multiple instruments, and of course I did interview him yesterday, he told us all the instruments he had. This show brings Joel's hits to life in a fresh and dynamic way. Whether you're a lifelong fan or new to his music, you'll be singing along, tapping your feet and reliving the magic of Billy Joel's unforgettable sound. That sounds good. Incidentally, I'm not sure if I did tell you this, I did rewrite my bios. They haven't hit the papers yet. Although I actually think for my second show, the new bio will be there and I'll read it out to you. But anyway, sounds like a great night. Enough of this waffling. I'm starving. I'm going to the restaurant. Chat to you tomorrow.
If I was a sculptor, then again, you always have my unspoken passion. Oh, thank you.
Well, good morning. As I sit here on the open deck, enjoying the heat and keeping out of the sun as best I can. I hope you enjoyed that little clip that I put up of Lucas last night. Very, very talented guy. I sent him a message this morning. Well, I took some pictures of him, some stills, and sent them to him. So he was thanking me, and I said, yeah, you're welcome. I now hate you because you're so talented. So I hope you enjoyed the little clip that you had of him. So today is another sea day. I'm just relaxing. At the moment, I'm just looking out at the sea. And in actual fact, yesterday at lunchtime, I was having something to eat with Danny and Jonathan and Lucas. And we saw a sea ray, or a stingray, the big thing with the big wings. It popped its head and its wings up out over the water, and there's a couple of dolphins as well. So it's always nice to sit and look out at the sea, because you never know what you're going to see. Guest lecturer who's on this afternoon, Ray Mears, that name will mean a lot to you, of course. He knows everything there is to know about wildlife and exploring. So if I bring my camera to his lecture, I need to push the camera away a bit. That's better. If I bring the camera to his lecture, I'll take just a little clip of that, but I'm not promising. Tonight we have, in the theatre, we have the cast, but down in the Carmen Show Lounge, it's Danny and Jonathan's show. I'm really looking forward to them, because I've never seen Danny performing. I've seen Danny performing as herself, but I've never seen her performing as part of the Grahams, which is what the show is called, because that's their surname. And again, I'll take a little clip of that for you. Although I am aware that you may well sometime in the not too distant future see a whole lot more of them yourself, but I can't tell you any more than that. I've sworn to secrecy, but I hope I have piqued your interest. Anyway, I'm going to sit here, enjoy the heat, and let you see what I can see. And you will admit, I have a fabulous job. Anyway, I think tomorrow's a sea day, and maybe the day after a sea day, so I'm not going to do too much filming to bore you. You've never been on the ship with me before, so I will do either a dedicated walkthrough of the ship as a separate video, or I'll add it into this video at the end. I haven't decided that yet. I'm living life on the edge. Okay, I'll show you what I'm seeing at the minute. As I said when I was outside, well, I don't know if I did say where I was going to meet these guys for lunch. Did you see the dolphins? The big pod of dolphins?
No, I did not.
Well, I did, and it's on video. But we saw stingrays yesterday, didn't we? Yeah. Anyway, you know this guy here. He is the star of last night's show. You may not recognize him because his head's got 3 sizes bigger, at least, Danny.
5.
The guests are all stopping him, telling him how wonderful he is. Of course, we have to admit that. And then Danny and Jonathan, they're on tonight, and Jonathan has given me permission to video a little clip of his show. Jonathan, how old were you yesterday?
I was 37.
He obviously has a picture up in his attic. Because, yeah, 37, he looks about 22. Okay, we're just having a wonderful time, as I said we would. Aren't we? Convinced?
In your company, it's always wonderful. It really is, though, William. In your company, it's always gorgeous.
What a load of nonsense. Yeah.
Probably wondering what on earth has been going on. But anyway, technical fun. I am going to talk to you today a little bit about my world and some of the things I do. I wear many different hats.
Well, the plans for this evening is very, very simple. I'm thinking of it that simple, I can't think of them. Lucas and I are meeting up now and going to watch Danny and Jonathan's first show at 7:15. Then we're going to go to the buffet. It's an Indian buffet tonight. So we're going to go and have an Indian, and then we're going to go to the theatre to watch the cast's last show. That's the plan. And then, of course, I'll chat to you tomorrow. 2 big things happening tomorrow. Stay tuned, you find out what they are. But of course, you'll see clips of Danny and Jonathan before that. Okay, bye.
My makeup may be flaking, but my smile still stays on. Whatever happened, I'll leave it all to chance. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good.
Morning, and I hope you enjoyed that little short clip of Danny and Jonathan last night doing their show. Absolutely fabulous voices from both of them. I hadn't, as I said, heard Jonathan before. I hope you got a little bit of his voice. Obviously, I don't want to film loads of the show. That would be a spoiler. If you're ever on a ship, you'd know what it was all about. And of course, they had the dance floor full before the end of the evening. So I hope you enjoyed that clip. Now, I've just crossed the equator again. And in fact, the captain came through and did a countdown, and I videoed out the cabin window to see if I could see the equator. There isn't a whole ceremony for crossing the equator this time for these guests, because this is their second time on this big voyage that they're doing. They crossed it earlier on, so they had that ceremony then. Anyway, I did tell you that there was 2 things happening today that was going to excite me. Obviously, it's a sea day. I'm about to go up onto the open deck, finish reading my motorbike magazine and have a bit of relaxation. No doubt I'll meet up with Danny, Jonathan and Lucas at lunchtime, so we discuss our plans for this evening. And it was nice, actually. Lucas and I, when we went to Indian last night up in the buffet, we bumped into Tony, so we had our dinner with Tony, who is keeping a low key. No, that's not low key. She's keeping out of the road, so that she's fully prepared to do her show tonight, which is one of the 2 things that I want to tell you about, that I'm really excited about. So we'll start with Tony. Tony is an absolutely outstanding singer. I think she's one of the best female vocalists that I have ever heard, to be honest with you. She was a finalist. I'm going to read from the paper. And incidentally, the paper that's coming out tonight will have one of my new bios in it. So I'll let you know that. Anyway, Tony is a finalist of The Voice UK. She has performed at the London Palladium, Gorky Park Stadium in Moscow, LA, and in the heart of London's West End. She has recorded at the world-famous Abbey Road Studios, and her single Ben features in the Guinness Book of Hit Singles. So we're going to join Tony tonight for a night of sophistication and a voice that has wowed audiences across the world. And I'll never, ever, ever forget the first time I heard Tony sing. I was on Queen Elizabeth many, many years ago, and then I was with her again on a seaborne ship. That's really, really going to be a fabulous night, and I'll do a little clip for you. But this afternoon, I am beating my thighs with anticipation. I just happened to lift the daily paper last night, and my eye instantly was drawn to this McLaren, the man and the team. Now, obviously, McLaren is a Formula One team, and as you know, I'm a huge Formula One fan and was delighted that Lando Norris won the F1 championship last year. But listen to this. And this is at 3:15 in the Curzon Theatre this afternoon. I'll just read the blurb. The McLaren Formula One team currently hold the World Championship trophies for driver and constructor. Yeah, they won the constructors as well. The McLaren Automotive Company builds the most technically advanced supercars in the world. Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, and this British Formula One team are flying high in the popularity stakes worldwide. Because of the amount of interest shown by many people aboard the ship, McLaren brand ambassadors Amanda McLaren and her husband Stephen, who are guests on board, are going to deliver a presentation on the company that her father founded over 60 years ago. This is the daughter of Bruce McLaren. I'm just looking out for, I thought I saw. Oh no, they're washing the decks. I just saw water and I'm going, what is that? Is that a whale? So at 3:15 today, of course, I'm going to go to that. Amanda McLaren just happens to be a guest on board. And because a lot of people know that, she said, yeah, I'll do a talk. So, isn't that going to be fabulous? And again, we'll do a little clip. Those of you that aren't into Formula One are going, nah, I wouldn't be bothered with that. But sure, it's horses for courses, isn't it? It's black tie night tonight. And at lunchtime, the four of us will decide what we're doing. I have a suggestion for them. We'll see if they go with it. And then we'll go and catch Tony's show. Anyway, I'm going to have a wonderful time at sea today. And I will chat to you later whenever I have to update you on anything. So you have seen, yes, you have seen Danny and Jonathan by this stage. I'll let you hear the captain's announcement and show you us crossing the equator through my cabin window. You can't see it, but we're just about... Seconds. Here, listen to the captain. 5, 4, crossing the equator.
3, 2, 1. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the North Atlantic. We're back again. In certainly about 1 hour, 10 minutes time, I'll do a news speech, and that will be mentioning this moment as well. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Just crossed the equator. Again.
Drew up and on-sale racing cars. So at the age of 13, a little Austin Ulster was brought into the garage, and my father spent the next 2 years working on that car and restoring cutting-edge sport. You can't kind of remain where you were, because then it wouldn't be Formula One.
Well, I must say I've had a really enjoyable sea day, and I enjoyed the talk this afternoon from Bruce McLaren's daughter on the man and the team. Very, very interesting if you're a Formula One fan. Well, anyway, as you can see, it's black tie night tonight. At lunchtime, I put forward my proposition to Jonathan, Danny and Lucas that we head tonight to the Glass House, one of the specialty restaurants. And so that is where we're going. We're going to go to the specialty restaurant, and I'm sure I'll show you some of the food that we have, that we're going to have to eat there. Once we do that, and it'll probably be a 2-hour eating session, it's nice and relaxed in the Glass House. We're then going to the theatre to see Tony Warren, Tony's her second show, but her first show on the ship. And then by that time, well, it'll definitely be bedtime. So I'll put up the clip of Tony, I'll put up a clip of the food, and then I'll chat to you tomorrow.
There's a time for us.
lot of food was consumed last night, I can tell you that for sure. And then Tony's show was fabulous, as I anticipated. I hope the little clip will just give you enough. What does she sound like? Yeah, so that if you ever see her anywhere, well, you'll enjoy the show. Or if you see that she's on a ship and you're on, make sure that you go and see her. Now, today has passed. It's evening time now, and I had a lovely sea day today, a very relaxing day, simply because, yeah, it's my show time tonight. I did bump into Stephen Dorrell, who is the husband of Bruce McLaren's daughter, and we had a fabulous chat together because I know where they live in New Zealand. It's one of my favourite ports when I'm ever there. So he said that he'll give me his business card, and if I'm ever there, look them up. And he's going to get his wife to get a picture with me tonight after my show. I didn't want to ask for it, but yes, I'm very honoured to think that I'll get a picture of Bruce McLaren's daughter and myself. They enjoyed the show. Now, it's my show tonight, and I promised you that I would read you out the new blurb. So here we go. Comedian William Caulfield, that bit hasn't changed. Okay. Back for his second show. William Caulfield is a sharp, well-travelled theatre, television and radio comedian whose stand-up blends quick wit, storytelling and observations from life on the road. Known as the travelling comic, that's a nod to this channel, known as the travelling comic, William draws laughs from everyday absurdities, cultural quirks and his own experiences, delivering warm, relatable humour with an edge and Irish charm that keeps audiences hooked from start to finish. Sure, you'd want to go and see that, wouldn't you? Oh, anyway, not the same time, just now as I'm recording this, in a few moments' time, Lucas will be doing his first show tonight down in the Curzon Show Lounge. That's at 7:15. Then my show's at 8:15. His second show's at 9:15, and then my second show's at 10:15. So I'm going to try and get to a little bit of his first show, and then come backstage and be ready for my own. Now, I didn't have to do much of a sound check this afternoon. I just went down, did 1, 2, 1, 2, and they were happy enough. Anyway, tomorrow we are arriving in Fuerte Amador. Excuse my pronunciation, I'll spell it for you. Fuerte-Amador. And that happens to be the port for Panama City. Now, where we are itself is located on the tip of the Isla Flamenco Fuerte Amador. It's the gateway to Panama City. Its marina complex houses a 2-story shopping mall, restaurants and bars. The city is not far away from pristine beaches and unspoiled jungle inhabited by toucans and howler monkeys. We have yet to decide, when I say we, all the guest entertainers, what we're actually going to do tomorrow. We'll certainly go to the port, and if it's a nice place with bar and restaurants and coffee shops, well, that's maybe as far as we'll venture. Other than that, we may all try and get, there's no shuttle bus into Panama City. We'll see how long it would take to get in there. And if it's worth it, we'll go into Panama City itself. If not, we'll have a wonderful time in the port where you can see Panama City in the distance. Right, that's enough for now. I have got to get myself ready, got to get myself dressed and go and do my second show. So, chat to you tomorrow when we know what's happening. I know one thing, everybody has to do face-to-face immigration. So we've got to leave the ship with our passports. It's a 7-minute walk from the ship to the immigration hall. And we get a little stamp put on our passports, and then we're free to do whatever we want to do. But anyway, chat to you tomorrow. Just hope the shows go well tonight.
For me.
Fuerte Amador, I'm told, is how you pronounce where we are. So, welcome to Fuerte Amador. the port for Panama City. Anyway, just to recap, my shows went really well last night. I had lots of fun. Lucas's shows went great too. I will put up a little clip, or else I have put up a little clip. I'm not sure what way I'm editing this. But anyway, I'm heading to meet the rest of them. I'm not sure what our plans are for today, how far we're venturing, but wherever we're going, you're coming with us. Just to let you know, I'm recording this on the 24th of February and it's 29 degrees outside. So, obviously I've sun cream on and I decided actually not to wear shorts, but I'm wearing blue linen trousers, so I'll not be overly warm. Anyway, I'll let you join us as we head and do whatever it is we're going to do today. Okay, come on with us. Well, here we are. Welcome to Panama, or the port for Panama. I've already shown you a little clip of Panama City from the ship, and I'm heading now with a gaggle of guest entertainers. I always say that's the collective term, and that is the full complement of guest entertainers. I'll introduce you to them when I get up close. Here is the gaggle of guest entertainers. Starting over here, the one that you've never seen, the one who kept away from us is Tony. Say hi, Tony.
Hello.
And you know Jonathan and Lucas, who bought this hat in Lima.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
And well,
Tatty Ed.
we all know Danny. Let's go and get cake, Danny. Coffee and cake. He's leading us to coffee and cake.
Coffee and cake.
In the distance there, that's Panama City. So Lucas has been here about 3 or 4 times before, and he tells me that a nice place to go where we're all heading is round by the corner. So we'll see when we get there.
Famous here.
I've just got. Look who I have here. Show me that again. Show, take that out again. Take that out again.
Back from the dead.
See? Michael Jackson himself. Act normal, people. I've just bumped into these 2 lovely people here. I'm trying to get. And they're experts in Panama too. They've been through the canal. Yeah, they think it's like Norfolk Broad, so they've been up and down it that often. But are you enjoying your voyage? That's the main thing. Yeah.
Who couldn't enjoy it?
Well, that's very true.
I feel sorry for you having to get up to.
Oh, yeah, but then I'm flying to Tokyo.
Oh.
I'm getting on another one.
Yeah,
but
Tokyo. Have you been to Japan before?
Yeah, love it.
Yeah,
I do.
I'm a bit disappointed.
No, I really like it.
If their plan A don't work, they've got no plan B.
But their plan A very rarely doesn't work. That's the thing.
I don't know.
Oh, right. I better catch up with this. Get the other entertainers. We're all together. Well, just about a 5, or maybe a 10-minute walk from the ship. We've rounded the corner, and we've arrived at sort of little shops and bars and restaurants. At least that's what it looks like to me. I'll show you it up close, and you can tell me what it looks like to you. But there's a nice marina and all here. I'll give you a look at the vista. Well, we've just stopped off at this little coffee shop here. And then what our plan is to grab an Uber and head into Panama Old City. Not the big bustling metropolis full of traffic and loads of people, but to the historic old Panama City. So that's where we're going to next. And of course you're coming with me. After that short Uber ride, here we are now in the old town. So you're very welcome. I hope you enjoy what I show you. I have never been to where am I thinking of? Cuba. But that's the sort of vibe that I'm getting here. And I'll show you this. I'll zoom out so that I can try and get this in front of this church for you. Jonathan's interested in getting a Panama hat in Panama. Absolutely loving walking around this old Panama. Those lovely buildings, and then just straight across the bridge, well, there is the new, which you've already seen from the Uber coming here. There's people taking selfies of themselves with the city behind them. Right? Love it. I have had an absolutely wonderful time here in the old Panama City. Temperature-wise, it's sitting between 29 and 30. I've been in the best company with all the other guest entertainers, and Danny actually bought me my Red Bull. We were sitting up there having a wonderful time, and then there was a load of guests from the ship saw us and came over and wanted to chat and all the rest. And I excused myself and thought, no, I'm going to get more footage for the main people, you people, my little community here on the Traveling Comic YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you've enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up and certainly subscribe, because I have loads more coming up. And my next video will be a walkthrough, of course, of the ship that I'm currently on, for those that have never been on P&O's Aurora. Then after that, it's going to be Japan. Then the one after that is going to be Bali, Indonesia, and then the one after that is going to be the Philippines. So keep your eye out, keep being part of the community, and we'll head back to the ship now.
Trouble star, this is my quest to follow the star.
Well, hello and and good morning from the Panama Canal. Yes, that is where you are with me this morning, and we'll get some footage of that and I'll show it to you. Those of you that have been down the Panama Canal, well, you can relive your memories, and those that have never been, you can see what it's like. Now, from I last spoke to you, which was when I was heading back to the ship, yeah, we all came back to the ship, and Lucas and I had dinner last night in the restaurant, and then we went to see Danny and Jonathan's show in the theatre. I'll put up just a little clip of that for you so that you get a taster of that. Anyway, today is all about transiting the Panama Canal, and indeed we started that at 6:30 this morning, and we will finish that at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's quite a long transit. I have timings here. At 6:30 we went under the Bridge of the Americas. I was fast asleep for that. I love you, but I wasn't going to get up that early. We have just now exited the Pedro Miguel locks, and then in about 15 or 20 minutes we'll be passing the Centennial Bridge and Culebra Cut. Then we'll enter the Gatun locks. Forgive my pronunciation, Gatun locks, and then exit those locks 2 hours later. I'm going to hopefully be up on the top deck to let you see us entering that lock. The footage I'll show you after I finish talking is when not when I woke up this morning, but at one point when we're going through a lock today, out my window, and remember, we're in a huge cruise ship, out my window, there was a wall as we were walking, as we were transiting the lock. Obviously, the deck I'm on deck 5, was below the wall of the lock, if you understand what I'm talking about. Yes, you do. Anyway, here's some facts and figures for you. Panama Canal completed in August 1914. It operates 24 hours a day, all year round. Around 9,000 workers are employed on the canal to assist with more than 11,000 vessels transiting a year. The total length of the canal is 77 kilometers. It takes a cruise ship about 7 hours to transit the canal, compared with up to 24 hours for larger cargo ships. And each lock chamber is capable of containing around 100 million litres of water. So there's the facts and figures for you. I hope you enjoy the footage that I will put up of the transit in the canal, and then I'll chat to you later on. Okay, see ya. Well, I'm just sitting out on the open deck here as we're transiting through the Panama Canal. And the next lock that we're coming to is the last one for us. For us, I mean you and me on the ship. It's the Gatun lock. Now, the ship will drop down 85 feet. Well, not drop, will be lowered 85 feet. And the lock is fed from a freshwater man-made lake. and that water comes from the rainforest, and it fills the lake, and then that, when the locks are open, that water gushes in, and the ship will lower down. So if there's a drought, as there was a number of years ago, then the number of ships transiting the canal is minimized by a great amount because of the fact that there's not enough water to do that. These are all interesting little facts that I have found out. So what I will do, I will go right up onto one of the top decks, and then hopefully look out over the bow of the ship and see that happening. Now, having said all that, it could be the other way around, and the water will flow out of the canal into the lake. Oh, one way or another, we're going to be lowered down for our passage into the Caribbean. This is a sunny approach now to the lock. So I'm midship now, and you can see how little room there is out the side. There you can see those little tugs in action over there. So as you can see, it's two-way traffic. We're heading down this side of the lock, and that container ship or cargo ship, that's actually an oil ship, has come up the other side. So you can see the lock gates closing now. And then it'll empty and lower us down. So you can see it's dropping down. All in all, at the end of the third chamber, we'll have dropped down 85 feet. This is in the lock from the back of the ship as we start our descent in this first chamber. So now we're on the move again, which means that this chamber is at the lowest point that it has to be for us, and that the lock gates at the front of the ship have now opened, and we're heading into the next chamber. Again, the same process. When we get into that chamber, then the lock gates behind us will close, we lower down again, so you understand the whole process now. And now these gates shut as we're in the second chamber, and the process is repeated. going down again. He comes down to keep level with the ship. Very well engineered. And off we go, and the whole process is repeated as the third chamber. Well, I hope that gives you an idea of the transit through the Panama Canal and how that it is all orchestrated. So there's just one more chamber, and that will have brought us down the 85 feet into the Caribbean, or the Caribbean, whatever way you want to pronounce it. Okay, that's enough of the Panama Canal from me. Well, I'm sure as you can see, we are now a long way from the Panama Canal. We're out in the Caribbean, and it's a little bit bumpy. And in actual fact, I'll put up a little clip of what it looked like out through my cabin window this morning. And I'll show you it out over the promenade deck here as well. As I say, it's the Caribbean, which means it's our last day now on board. And when I say us, I mean not only the other entertainers, but you as well, because you've been great companions to me through this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit the thumbs up, consider subscribing. We went last night to see Tony's last show in the theatre, and tonight we'll be going to see Danny as Dolly doing her last show in the theatre. I'll put up a little clip of that as well. Then when we get to Aruba tomorrow, well, we're all disembarking. The most of us, apart from Lucas, who's obviously flying to America, and the rest of us, we're all flying from Aruba to Amsterdam and then making our various ways home. So our flight's not to 8 o'clock, so we will go ashore, and I'll put up some clips of Aruba just to let you see what the port in Aruba is like, and maybe restaurants and things like that. But this is the last clip you'll have of me actually talking to you, and I hear you saying, thank goodness for that. But anyway, the next video that you will see will be a walkthrough of this ship, because I'll be doing that this afternoon. So if you've never been on Aurora and would like to see what Aurora is like, or even you just want to see what the ship that you've been on this week is like, because you've seen very little of the surroundings inside, well then, you know what to do, and that is keep your eye out for that video as well. If you've enjoyed the content, enjoyed just the way I'm doing these things, well, remember, God willing, there's lots more to come. The very next ship that I'll be on in a couple of weeks' time will be a seaborne ship out in Japan. I join it in Tokyo. We'll go to, off the top of my head, Osaka, Nagasaki. Not sure if we're in Hiroshima this time. And I will leave it then in Busan in Korea. So come with me on that as well. Okay, enough for me from now. The next clip you see, well, as I say, be the sea. Then it'll be Danny. Then it'll be Aruba. But thanks for watching.